Let's look at another case study on advance pricing agreement. So AB India Private Limited was incorporated under the Companies Act 2013 at Mumbai and is a subsidiary of a US based company, AB Inc. So you have a US company, AB Inc., and AB India is a subsidiary of this entity, which means that the two are associated enterprise, because one enterprise owns more than 26% of the equity capital of the other. It is engaged in providing asset management software, namely OPAC, to Indian clients. Such software can be used to track all physical and digital assets, track inventories, hardware devices, software, and other software. The system also helps in asset lifecycle management. So these are some of the uses that can be done using the software. AB India purchases 1000 software licenses at 800 per software from its holding company, AB Inc., which is then distributed to Indian customers. AB India pays license fees to AB Inc. as follows. So AB Inc. has actually supplied some softwares to AB India, and AB India basically pays a license fee to AB Inc. So the revenue which has been collected from Indian clients is 1000 software at 1000 rupees is 10 lakh rupees. What it has paid is 800 per software. So 800 per software for 1000 software. The price is 8 lakh what it has paid to AB Inc. If you look at it this way, the profit is 2 lakh, 10 lakh minus 8 lakh, and the gross margin which has been earned is actually 20% of the revenue. Right? So this is what the understanding is. Now let us see what exactly are you required to do. So AB India filed its income tax return for previous year 1920 by treating license fees of 8 lakh paid to its holding company as arm's length price. So what they have done is basically they have actually considered that this 8 lakh that has been paid to the holding company is the arm's length price of this particular payment. It had computed comparable gross margin as per resale price method as under. So when filing its tax return, it said that the resale price method, the price that I have paid is at an ALP because of the following reason. The revenue which I have collected, the Indian companies has collected from Indian clients is 10 lakh. The comparable gross profit margin they have calculated at 18%, which comes to 1,80,000, and the arm's length price of the license fees therefore should be 8,20,000. So applying the resale price method, the company says that this price of 8,20,000 is what is paid by similar enterprise which are independent. But basically what I am paying is 8 lakh. Right? So since I have paid less than what is normally paid by other enterprise, the payment I have done is an arm's length payment. For Indian company, the license fees is an expense, and therefore if they have paid less, that means it is meeting the arm's length criteria. So where's the problem? The problem is the assessing officer has initiated scrutiny assessment for the previous year 1920. However, in order to buy peace, the taxpayer approached CBDT for concluding unilateral advance pricing agreement. The CBDT has determined comparable margin of 30% of revenue under resale price method under the APA as on March 1, 2023. So when the APA was concluded, the ALP was determined by CBDT at 30% of the revenue under resale price method. Now, some of you may have a question that is this 30% in line with the safe harbor rules? If this is above the safe harbor rule, why should the assessee go and do it? This is just an illustrative number that has been taken. For the time being, we will assume that the margin that has been given is something which is not going to be compared to the safe harbor rules provisions. 30% is the ALP that should be considered. On March 20, 2023, the AO has completed the assessment proceeding on the basis of original return filed by the taxpayer for the previous year 1920. Now the taxpayer has filed modified return as per the APA on June 1, 20 23. So you are told that actually basis the return that was filed, the assessing officer had already concluded the assessment. And now the APA has been entered into subsequent to that completion of assessment. So the question for you is, as a practicing chartered accountant, you are required to answer the following questions. What would be the arm's length price of the license fee paid to AB Inc. on the basis of APA entered into with CBDT? First question. Second is, what would be the arm's length price? The margin, you know, it's 30% and 30% of revenue. Second, whether the assessing officer can reassess or reopen the entire income tax case for AY 2021 on the basis of modified return filed by the taxpayer. Please justify the stand or action taken by the AO. So generally what happens is, once a return has been filed and the assessment has been completed, the relevant provision which were existing prior to Finance Act 2019 actually mentioned that the assessing officer has the power to recompute or reassess the income. Now, in case where an assessment has already been completed, let's say there were 3 issues in the assessment, A, B and C. Now, issue D is something which is decided in the APA. The assessing officer had the power to reassess or recompute. At a broader level, if you interpret it, that means that he can make changes in the modified return for issue arising under the APA plus any other issue. But this would amount to reassessment without any basis. So considering this, the law has now made some changes under which they have said that once a modified return is filed in respect of an assessment year for which the assessment has already been concluded, the only assessment or the only modification which the AO can do is in relation to the subject matter of the APA, which means the changes can be done only for point number D and not E, F, G or anything else. The only assessment that can be done by the AO is in respect of what has been decided in the APA. Let us look at both these questions and both these parts, the solutions to them in the subsequent slide. So, I think this is what I have already told you. Let's look at how the arm's length price is calculated. So the revenue which was collected was 10 lakh. The comparable margin was 30% of the revenue, which is 3 lakh. Therefore, the arm's length price of the license fee should be 7 lakh. Like I told you earlier, this is an expense. The Indian company paid 8 lakhs, whereas the arm's length price is 7 lakh. What does that mean? That means that 8 minus 7 or 1 lakh is the amount of expense which will be disallowed in the computation of A India. Why? Because the arm's length price of the amount is less than the amount actually paid by the assessee. Let's look at the part 2 of this question. As per the provision of section 92 CD, the taxpayer is required to file modified return of income within 3 months from the end of the month in which the APA has been entered into. As per the existing provision of section 92 CD subsection 3, if the assessment or reassessment proceeding for an assessment have been completed before the expiry of period allowed for furnishing of modified return, the word return is missing here, the assessing officer shall assess or reassess or recompute the total income as per the APA. Now, this created confusion that he can assess, reassess or recompute total income. To avoid any doubt on this side, Finance Act 2019 amended the section to provide that the intention of the legislature is for AO to merely modify the total income consequent to the modification of return of income in pursuance to the APA. Accordingly, the AO cannot recompute the entire proceedings for AB India. What they can do is only to the extent of making this adjustment for 1 lakh, the assessment can be redone.